Western Australia is in the midst of a significant and rushed energy transition driven by the Albanese government's net zero agenda. Projects like the proposed 250 megawatt 4-hour Baldivis battery, costing around $500 million, show how quickly developers are moving to position themselves within the government's policy settings as coal-fired power stations at Collie and Muja are forced closure by 2030.
We can all get emotional, but the thing is, it has to be people above us with the passion that we've got, because we can't do it alone. We have to have people at the next level up and above that, so council and state government have to really make a stink. Otherwise, they'll say, yeah, bunch of guys in Baldivis, see you later.
So if you have any questions, by all means, please don't talk too technical to me, but I will take any questions that you've got.
Would you live next door to one of those?
If it was forced on me, I would probably move. That's my answer.
I'm Wade McCall from the Baldivis Times. With rapid development, a lot of the people affected are forgotten. Today, we've decided to give those people a voice. When this family bought this property years ago, there were just 4 trees on the property, and now it is an oasis with a nature strip running through the property. But all of this could be at risk. A proposed battery energy storage system, BESS, is planned to move right next door, bringing concerns of fire, flooding, and damage to our natural wildlife. Today, we are sitting with the family to talk about what's really at stake: their home, their safety, and their legacy.
Stepping in, looking at the place, there was 4 trees where the house is now. You would look down and it was bare. There was a few of the flood gums scattered about, not many. I think the closest one was about 500 metres away, and the rest was nearly a kilometre away. When you looked to the left of us as we stepped on, you could see Mundijong Road. The kids used to watch the fireworks in Perth from here. We could see the fireworks. There was a void of trees. And the first thing I said to Dad, the first thing we do, before we do anything else, like we had a property in Armadale, and the first thing we did there, we started planting trees. And we never stopped.
When you look at these trees now, knowing they were planted by your own hands, how does it feel to see an industrial project proposed for the land right next to you?
You can't describe it. How can you describe it? If you go to a graveyard, you might be able to describe it. Lifeless, nothing. It's just not right. What are we going to leave the kids? What are you going to leave your grandkids? What children are going to be able to see frossingales, endangered species running around, birds that they never see anywhere else? If you don't do things like this and keep it going, we can't let them keep putting these facilities on places. You've got to keep areas as they want to be, for the animals, for the birds, and for everything else, and for the children.
Probably your concerns are probably my concerns as well. I'm sure we're going to be in alignment, so I'm here to support you and I'm here to listen. So really keen to find out, what's on your mind and what your concerns are. So thanks for the invitation to be here today. Thanks, Betty.
I think it would be, if Glenn would like to take the floor and just have a chat about what RE Development proposes.
So let's make something very clear. RE Development's approached me and asked me if I would assist them in regards to the community consultation. It's something that I don't normally do in a rural residential area. It's something I do in the mining field. I work in the mining field. I've gone through all the documentation. I've found a lot of mistakes in that documentation, and I've sent them around 32 questions that I want them to actually have a look at, because there are mistakes in there. Having the Western Power substation there, to me, is not a good thing.
Do you live next door to it?
I've literally got 150 kilowatts sitting
No, one of those. Would you live next door to one of those?
If it was forced on me, I would probably move. That's my answer. If it was forced on me. But then again, where do you move?
Who is going to buy our land? I'm going to have nothing for my kids, for my grandkids. I'm going to be stuck with a place I can't sell.
Okay, so these are the conversations that we need to have, guys, with the proponents. That's what we need to have.
Okay, so one of the diagrams in one of the reports only highlights about 5 dwellings that will be impacted by the noise. We think it's more in line with 31. What the developers or the people or the consultants have failed to acknowledge, that a number of the blocks situated on Burma and Herman Road, even though there are not houses built on there, there are people that are, when I say shed dwellers, I'm not trying to, how can I word it? I'm not trying to undermine where they live. Some of them are lovely, do you know what I mean? But they're living in those until their houses are built. They haven't even been acknowledged on those no, they haven't been accounted for on those diagrams, which to me is wrong. The people on the hillside as well, it's known as Dog Hill, okay? The effect on them hasn't been acknowledged, and it's wrong. It's wrong, so wrong. When we drive up our driveway, what are we going to look at? We're going to look at an industrial-sized substation or terminal station, whatever name you want to call it, and it's wrong. This is a rural residential area, and if you want to read out the definition of a rural residential area, it's certainly not living next door to a BESS or a terminal substation, not in my book anyway.
Right, yeah.
Yep.
Now the substation, the corner of the substation is 5.7 metres to there. When you look on their plans, it's 5.7 metres. I was often wondering how are they going to get a 10-metre fire break round there?
Exactly.
Because it doesn't fit.
It won't fit.
Won't fit, will it? These will continue to grow. These are babies. These are what, 15 metres tall now?
Yep.
Might be a bit high, a bit smaller, but they're going to grow to 30 metres.
Exactly. And then over time, do they really have that?
Well, they get thicker, they get bigger,
Yep.
and there's a row of these planted all the way along the substation.
Wow. You're talking about something that's 10 times the size,
Yep.
and you know the wildlife as well.
And an
around
8-metre
here.
wall.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's going to have lights on, right? It's going to be lit up like a Christmas tree. Fossil-gales won't go in there. I mean, they're already threatened species.
Yeah.
They're threatened species. Can you hear them birds?
Yep.
When these substations are going, and then BESS are going, they'll put sound out. What an owl's hearing, and what fossil-gales hears, and what these birds hear, we can't comprehend the sound that they will encounter.
Exactly, just like with our animals like dogs and cats, there's different frequencies that scare them
The
off.
low frequency sound, the high frequency sounds, they're not going to come here. As soon as they get this going, they're going to go. We're out of here, mate.
Baldivis residents know how dangerous summer can be. Given the nature of these large-scale batteries, what are your honest fears regarding fire safety so close to your home?
Well, to be honest, losing all your infrastructure, loss of life, the environment. I don't know, 6 years ago, we had a fire come down through the back, and within seconds from the drain down the back, it was up near the house, 50 metres off the house. So, especially grass fires, they burn so quick. People don't realise how quick grass fires burn. They burn extremely hot and extremely fast, yeah. The willies that went through were huge, mate. They're massive, like 10 metre high, 15 metre high willies going through the flames, yeah. You're not stopping that. If that catches in next door, with that proposed BESS facility, to stop that, the lithium battery, you got no chance. And then what about the residents? Where do they go?
Exactly.
Mum and Dad's place, how do they get out?
And there's only one road, isn't there?
One road, how do you get out? So what am I afraid of? It's a no-brainer. Burns that quick, Wade. People don't realise, like me and my dad were stood down the back, within seconds, I mean seconds, we had to jump in a car, race down here, get a fire unit and start putting the fire out. The fire brigade came here, we're filling up their trucks from the water supply we've got here to help put everything out because they did not have the correct facilities down on Dog Hill Road put in place. But we were supplying the firefighters water from here. If we weren't doing that, mate, it would have gotten to the front paddock there, over the Dog Hill, over the hill there, and there's even more properties in danger, yeah?
So many different lives and you were there in place to really supply that water.
The
and hold
animals,
that
the
fire.
birds, like I said, it was daytime and daytime turned into nighttime quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the other thing, just to finally encourage you, and I do feel your pain, is absolutely, but I would encourage you not to give up hope. We've had a couple of people leave, and obviously they've been quite distressed. But I would just encourage you, this isn't a done deal yet. So don't give up hope. Hang in there and keep fighting, because don't have an expectation that this is done and dusted. That would be my encouragement, just to keep fighting and keep at it, because I think it's a possibility. That's what I believe. I always believe there's hope. So let's not give up yet. I know you're feeling it, Debbie, but hang in there. You've been a strength. Obviously, you've been a strength for this community, and I commend you for that. So hang in there and keep supporting Deb and get those submissions in.
Every place I've gone to, no one knows about it. It's just hidden in this little area because the sign's gone up. They should put signs up on every bloody set of lights and say, yeah, then people can have their say. But it's just hidden in this little spot. It's just a load of shit, and it just come in bloody 3 weeks before they, and when we asked about it a year and a half ago, they squashed it and say, no, there's nothing going there. Otherwise we would have had